Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you how I created this bright and cheerful card using the Simply Said stamp set from the 2024 annual catalog. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how I got started. We'll start with the stamping for this, and I'm going to bring in my sentiment panel here for the front and my birthday wishes, ink it up with the Berry Burst, and stamp right in the center. Once I have that done, I can bring in my inside sentiment, make sure I've got it in the right orientation here, ink it up and stamp. But before I do that, I'm going to lay this strip of designer series paper down here on the left, since that's where it's going to end up, and it'll allow me to place the sentiment more centered. There we go. I've got the stamping done and we're ready to start assembling. So I'm going to bring in my cardstock pieces here, and we're going to assemble the sentiment. There we go. And then I'm going to add the designer series paper onto the Berry Burst pieces. This pack of designer series paper is bright and cheerful, and it has these bold, beautiful colors done in a watercolor wash. So it's perfect for sentiments like this and celebrating. Next, I'm going to bring in my card front, fold it on the score line, and burnish, and adhere my designer series paper down to the front. There we go. I've got that done, and I'm ready to bring in my dimensionals. I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of this piece here. I've got the backings removed, and I've got my card base here, and I'm going to adhere that right down, leaving about a half an inch or a finger's width from the edge. And then I'm going to bring in this next panel. Now I'm going to adhere this onto this panel, but I want to add dimensionals onto this side. So I'm going to place two there, and then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive here on the other side. Remove those backings, flip it over, and adhere that down like so. And then I'm going to add my sentiment here. Once again, I'm going to add dimensionals to this side and adhesive to the left. So I'm going to flip that over, add the dimensionals, remove the backings, and add my adhesive, and flip it over. And I want about the same distance from the right edge to my sentiment on this side. So there we go. I've got my card front done, and I'm ready to bring in my inside panel. Now you can either use the strip that comes off of this side, or you can use the watercolor side. The choice is up to you. I think I'm going to add the watercolor side to this panel because it's got that Berry Burst on it. I'm going to flip it over and adhere. And at this point, I can either adhere this inside my card or set it there until I'm ready to send. And as you can see, that wash on the side looks quite lovely against the Berry Burst. I'm going to bring in these adhesive back sparkle gems in my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to scatter a few of these silver ones around the card front. So I'm going to take a large one here and add it here. I'm going to take one of the small ones and add it up here. And let's see. I think I'm also going to take one of the small ones and pop it up here in the corner of the card front, just to add a little bit of shimmer and shine. And I think I'm going to add a couple more, so I'm going to take a large one here, pop it here, and a small one. I think I'm going to add right up there for a total of 5 gems. So there you go, a bright and cheerful card for somebody's birthday. I hope you've enjoyed this project using the Simply Said stamp set. This stamp set is part of our 2024 annual catalog, and coordinates with our packs of pre-dye images found in the front. And of course, if you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop at my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Jini. Thanks for joining me.